Welcome back to the October 14th, 2025 meeting of the Hauppauge Union Free School District Board of Education. We're back from executive session. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Number 4 on the agenda is the superintendent's update. Dr. Murphy.
Thank you, Mr. Barchet. Welcome, everybody. Just a couple of updates from the district. First of all, congratulations to two of my colleagues, Andrea Olivero, who's a counselor at the middle school, and Tracy Zamek, who's a teacher at Pines Elementary School, both recognized by LICAB, which is an organization that works on anti-bullying efforts, both being recognized at the Long Island School Hero Awards, which is this Monday, for their extraordinary contributions in the lives of Long Island students. There are about 30 individuals throughout the island who are getting this recognition, and two of Hauppauge's own are part of that group, so congratulations to them. Next, Hauppauge High School is hosting the WSCA, which stands for the Western Suffolk Counselors Association College and Career Fair. This is our second year, am I correct? This is this Thursday, October 16th, from 6:30 to 8:30, which welcomes students and families from any high school for free. We're obviously thrilled to host because it gives our own kids a proximate advantage to attend this college and career fair. There'll be over 100 representatives, and we'll also feature an Ask the Experts admissions panel at 5:30 p.m. There's also a scholarship drawing for one lucky student attendee. This has been, last year was the first year, credit to Mr. Campanelli, Mr. Whitehorse for bringing us in at the high school. It was a win-win. They are happy that Hauppauge is hosting again, and again, we see this as a benefit to our own kids. Next up is, of course, this Saturday. I'm sure Mr. Whitehorse will have something to say about this, but we have our homecoming this Saturday, and as of this afternoon, when I was texting with Mr. Whitehorse, Ms. Ferrara, the weather reports were looking good, right, Joe? Okay. So everything starts at 11 a.m. That's when we have our Hall of Fame induction ceremony. There's, I believe, 7 or 8 Hauppauge Hall of Famers to be recognized that day in the auditorium. There's then a lunch for those honorees, and later on there's a VIP tent for those VIPs as well. Of course, before that, before the tent, we have our parade, which starts at 4 o'clock. Do I have that right, Paula?
Yes, that's right.
4 o'clock. And this year we are excited to see representatives from all 5 buildings, along with our normal fleet of incredible cars that Mr. Barchet and Mr. Scrito helped secure. So I think this year's parade is going to be one of the best in some time, seeing representation from throughout the district. And then, of course, we get the pregame intro, and we're going to see something special this year when our football players run onto the field, which I will keep a secret for now. And of course, the game's at 6 o'clock. So good luck to our team, Coach Diesso, the whole team of coaches. Go Eagles as always. Stay around for the fireworks after the game. And then lastly, I just, on a personal note, I'm hoping that all the board members have full stomachs right now. We had a meal in exec session, which was just a way for myself and for cabinet to say thank you. There's no speech prepared here. This is board recognition week, and I just want to say from the heart that throughout the year there are different times I try to remind myself to thank this board. Again, have been together as a team for so many years. We have new members in Brian and Kat, who can't make it tonight, who's feeling a little under the weather, but I would say a defining attribute of this particular board is that although there's been a couple of different faces through the years, the fabric of this group, the way that you operate, your philosophical approach never changes. And I hope that you're modest, that you will take in my thank you on behalf of the community, because you don't always hear that. And the work that you've done is evident to, I think, the entire community, particularly now when you travel the campus and we see dirt piles and new tennis courts and, you know, construction workers everywhere, people on top of the roofs, repairing roofs. There's so much that's going on right now to be proud of. It's almost, it's a unique moment in time, I would say. Ribbon cutting ceremonies. We have another one coming up at the high school with the new financial services lab that the board will learn about soon and be invited to. But those little moments are the moments that hopefully you can stop and exhale and reflect a little bit on the time and commitment. I mean, you know, some of you, it's going on well over a decade. But together, it's just a tremendous team, and that's not always the way it is everywhere. So again, on behalf of the entire cabinet team, Bridget over there, thank you, Hauppauge Board of Education, for everything that you do. And I also want to thank our two newbies, our student board members, Hannah and Alalakin, who are new to the board, but already your contributions are appreciated, and you've brought an important voice to our conversations whenever we have these board meetings. So I will now hand it over to the two of you for your statements.
Thank you, Dr. Murphy. Good evening, everyone. Today marks day 3 of Homecoming Spirit Week at the high school. We've actually noticed a huge increase in participation this October. All high schoolers should be checking Parent Square or discussing with their advisors to find out fast colors for this Friday's pep rally, which we're bringing back, and I know that the students are very excited about that. In addition, signups for games for pep rally will be up tomorrow. This Saturday, like Dr. Murphy had mentioned, is homecoming. Varsity football will be playing Harbor Fields at 6 p.m., and we are looking forward to the community coming together and seeing the students enjoying some of the games and events that will be going on.
For the 2025 to 2026 school year, attendance will be recorded on final forms. Any students pursuing after-school activities such as sports and clubs should make an effort to make this transition. Additionally, math and science honor societies applications are due October 22nd, and the induction ceremony will be in the auditorium November 12th at 6:30. Similarly, the National Honor Society induction ceremony will be November 24th. Thank you.
Thank you both.
Thank you. And I just want to echo Dr. Murphy's congratulations to Ms. Olivero and Ms. Zamek on their Hero Awards from the Long Island Coalition Against Bullying. Also, although he's too humble to say it, we have a third member of our community that is getting an award that day, and it is Dr. Murphy. Well, so we're very proud. With that, we'll move on. 5 on the agenda is recognition, awards, presentation, and adoption of minutes. 5A, recognitions and awards, there are none. 5B, presentations. 5B-A, director's presentations. I ask Kelly Barry, our Director of Social Studies and World Languages, to step up to the mic.
Good evening, Mr. Barchet and members of the Board of Education. Dr. Murphy, thank you for allowing us to be here this evening. In January, Ms. Burkhart came to see me to see if we would be willing to meet with the Gary Sinise Foundation, a nonprofit organization founded to support America's veterans, first responders, and their families. The foundation serves its mission through a variety of programs, one of which provides fully funded trips and guided tours of the National September 11th Memorial and Museum in New York City. I brought the idea to Dr. McCarthy and Dr. Murphy, who, as always, were very supportive of pursuing this type of learning experience for our students. On Thursday, September 18th, more than 120 Hauppauge High School seniors participated in this trip. The generous sponsorship of the Gary Sinise Foundation covered all costs for transportation, admission, meals for our students and chaperones. All students and chaperones were also given a Gary Sinise Foundation t-shirt, sweatshirt, and hat. To show their appreciation for what we do in our community to support our first responders and veterans, the foundation also sent us the same for each of you, for our board members. I'm going to ask our students who have joined us to share those with you now. The itinerary included a guided tour of the memorial and museum, as well as a panel discussion featuring retired FBI agent Pierre Chrysopis and retired U.S. Navy Petty Officer Second Class Daniel Doc Jacobs. Agent Chrysopis returned to the site for the first time since the attacks that very day, and he shared that with us. That was really powerful. Doc Jacobs was in 10th grade on September 11th, 2001. He shared with us that he watched the news stories, listened to the radio, and decided in that very moment he was going to enlist and defend our nation as soon as he could. A double amputee and Purple Heart recipient, Doc shared his personal story of service and resilience, and his message of hope left an indelible impression on us all. His words reminded our students that while we cannot control what happens to us, we can always control how we respond, with courage, purpose, and compassion. Every student completed a written reflection following the trip, and our message to them is to continue to remember, to serve, and to carry forward the message that even in the face of tragedy, the human spirit can unite, rebuild, and shine brighter than ever. Before I invite our students who are here with us to speak, I would like to extend our sincere appreciation to the Board of Education, Dr. Murphy, and the entire central office team for your ongoing support of experiences like this that bring learning to life and allow our students to see themselves as part of something larger. I would also like to thank Ms. Burkhart. You coordinated every detail of this trip with care and professionalism, ensuring that it was safe, educational, and deeply moving for us all. At this point, I would like to turn it over to our students to share their reflections on what they learned. Isabella, we'll start with you.
This trip was so educational and very moving in so many different ways. And it just, living in New York for so long and being taught years of 9/11, really going to this museum and the tour and everything this foundation provided for us really made us learn new things. And it was just an experience that, not everyone gets to have. And the foundation really covered everything, which I'm so appreciative of. They showed us every part of the museum, things that we probably would have never known if we'd gone. And the tour guide was just amazing. If you just went to the museum and walked around, maybe not everyone would have grasped how important and moving it was. So I really appreciate the foundation for this. Thank you.
Hello, I am Nicole Florio. I want to emphasize that for this trip, I decided to write my journalism article on it for my class with a partner. And I think one thing that I took away from, writing about this experience, trying to think about it more analytically, it was what kinds of different things we all took away from this trip. Because I worked with somebody on this article, I kind of wrote what kind of symbolism and aspects of the trip and the museum stuck with me. I talked about, commemorating the lives of the fallen through the white roses, on the pools for the fallen's birthdays. And I talked about, the Glade having no names because, there are still people suffering from the after effects of 9/11. But my friend who I worked with, talked about, the survivor tree and the stairs and some of the stories that, our guides told us, like about one of the office workers who always had a red bandana and, went back up in the towers and, brought people down another staircase and saved more lives. It was just the whole memorial experience really emphasized different points of view, different stories, and it was all so both informational, educational, but also emotional. And the whole experience, learning so many new perspectives was really, as an empath, made me feel a lot of feelings that I could not put into words. But overall, it was an amazing experience, and obviously, in thanks to the board and the Gary Sinise Foundation.
Hello, my name is Calvin, and I thought the 9/11 trip was a transformative experience. For my group, we got a tour guide. Every group got a tour guide, but for my group, I thought the tour guide was very knowledgeable and insightful with the history of 9/11 and the museum itself. They guided us through like the two buildings with it was where the building used to be, and it was like a wall where their names were engraved on it. I thought it was very cool, and I've never seen it myself, so I thought that was cool. My group and I saw broken down trucks that was saved from 9/11, among many other things. But the most notable part of this experience that I took away from this trip was the interview that was given from the Iraq war veteran and the FBI agent. I thought their point of view contrasted one another, whereas the FBI agent was at the scene in New York City, the soldier was somewhere else, not in the city, and I thought that was emotional in a way because whereas the Iraq veteran was experiencing something firsthand, the FBI agent was sort of working behind the scene. And I thought both of their point of view were engaging, and they were a breath of fresh air amongst all the stories that have been told by my teachers for my whole life. But unlike my teachers, their experience were more firsthand as they were in New York City that day. And their experience were new, and the trip taught me more about 9/11, even more so compared to just going to school. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so first of all, to the students that spoke, yeah, outstanding, unbelievable. When I was your age, I was an idiot. No way, and I still am, but there's no way I could get up, in front of a microphone and speak as eloquently as you guys have. So kudos to you, and thank you for sharing your experience with us. Ms. Barry, you said 120 students.
Mm-hmm.
Was it offered to all students? in
It
the
was.
class?
It was offered to all of our seniors.
Do we know, were there any overriding reasons why we didn't have more participation?
I'm guessing the time of the trip, we didn't return until about 6:30 that night. We left before 7 a.m. and we didn't return until 6:30 that night just because of the way the program was set up by the foundation.
Mm-hmm.
We were fortunate enough to have such a full day. And we did work with Mr. Butler over the months of planning to try to maneuver our sports schedule as much as we could to consider the student athletes. But that's my guess in terms of the biggest prohibitive factor. But it was offered to everyone.
Do we know the price tag on the trip that was borne by the Sinise Foundation?
I don't have an exact figure. It was transportation costs, meal costs, and the guided tour in the museum. I would guess around 30,000, somewhere in that ballpark.
So, first of all, as always, this is wonderful and a wonderful job by you, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Mrs. Burkhart as well, thank you, Mr. Scrito. I'd like to propose that this be a yearly trip, and to the extent we need to, we're gonna direct you to make this a yearly trip. We'll find the money in our budget every year to do this, and we ask that you do it as close as possible to September 11th each year, and that we schedule it as early as possible so that we can make arrangements for as many children as possible to participate in the trip to do so.
Absolutely. I have a meeting planned with the Gary Sinise Foundation coming up. One of the things that they have expressed so far is that they're trying to give this exposure and this experience to as many school districts as possible. So they typically don't double up on a district, but we can certainly pursue that. And thank you for your support. And Dr. Murphy and I will meet with them soon.
Of course, if we could get someone else to pay for it, all the better. But we want you to know that even if we're not able to, this will be a budget item.
Understood. Thank you.
Going forward, and we want it every single year. So thank you so much. So I'll make a motion to make this a yearly trip pursuant to the terms that I said earlier, and Mr. Scrito seconds. Any discussion? Yes, Dr. Kraft.
Just want to echo what you said. I think it's a great idea. Just a thought, maybe, you know, that we can somehow set up some fundraising for this. And if we exceed the cost of the trip, to donate it back to Gary Sinise Foundation, because it's a great foundation.
Love it. Love it. Miss Barry, I know you have a lot on your plate, but we're asking you to take this on
Absolutely.
as well, and I'm sure you'll do great with it.
Thank you.
You know, everyone here lived through a 9/11. The kids that are in school now, none of them were even born when it happened. So I think it's so important to have these kids engaged in what went on that day so that it's never forgotten.
Agreed. And the teaching of the event has changed over the course of my career, for sure. And it's hard for us as adults to wrap our head the magnitude of the event, even those of us that lived through it, directly or indirectly, and to translate it to the students. The power of the personal stories, as I think you heard through the student accounts and their reflections. The firsthand accounts were just so powerful for the adults as well. So thank you very much for your support.
Absolutely. So I'll just call the vote on that. All those in favor? 6-0. I know Ms. Collins would be very in favor of this, so we'll make it 7-0. We'll allow her vote in absentia. I know that's not legal, but we're doing it anyway. Gene, if you try to stop us, you're fired. Thank you so much, Ms.
Thank you.
Barry.
Thank you.
And before you leave, I just want to echo something here. Ms. Barry, you continue to just lead with your heart, and all of these efforts we're talking about. A couple of other ideas that I think the board is really going to like in the community. And we have a treasure in your colleague behind you who is so modest and doesn't want the spotlight. But Ms. Burkhart, I know how much effort and time you put into making this happen. And you don't want the spotlight, but you deserve it. So thank you so much for making this happen for our kids.
Yeah, so let's take a 4-minute break. We'll come back at exactly 8:35. Thank you. Thank you, we're back. 5B on the agenda is our principals. Ms. O'Connor, we will do her presentation at our next meeting, and we are just left with Mr. Whitehorse.
All right.
I'm the concession.
Yes.
Well, it's very hard to follow up that presentation from Mrs. Barry and Ms. Burkhardt, but thank you, Mr. Barchet and the Board of Education, even though I'm second choice. And Dr. Murphy and our district office team for giving me the opportunity to share a brief update on how the opening of Hauppauge High School has gone so far. It's been a really positive and exciting start to the year with a lot of great energy in the building. We actually started back in August with our senior parking spot fundraiser, which set a fun and spirited tone heading into the first week of school. And then on September 2nd, our seniors came together for Senior Sunrise, an event that was even featured in Newsday. It was a great way to kick off the year with unity and school pride. This September was packed with activity. We introduced our cell phone ban this year, and I'm happy to report that students have responded incredibly well. Classrooms are more focused, the hallways are louder in a good way, and students are genuinely more social and engaged with one another. We've also opened a few new student spaces, including our Wellness Center and Activity Room, both designed to support student well-being and connection. In addition, giving students more choice in their physical education classes, among other things, has increased ownership and enthusiasm for their school day. Throughout the month, we held our Code of Conduct meetings with every grade level, hosted our 9/11 ceremony, which was amazing, and like we saw before, about 120 seniors went to the 9/11 museum field trip. We had senior night, open school night, Spirit Day for the class of 2026, and had their senior panoramic photo, and wrapped up September with our Kicks for Cancer event for the 18th year. It's always a highlight that brings our school and our community together for a great cause. And I'm happy to report on behalf of Mrs. Kalesa that over the 18 years of this event, we have surpassed the $1 million raised mark for cancer awareness and research. An amazing, amazing accomplishment. As we move into October, or have moved into October, we continued with our strong momentum and offered the PSAT and the SAT day on October 3rd, which included engaging 9th grade workshops on topics like AI, financial literacy, and study skills. And we're looking forward and currently in, as Hannah and Olalikin mentioned, are currently in Spirit Week. We have the WSCA College Fair, or WSCA College Fair coming up, and our pep rally coming up this Friday. We're very excited about that, the way that we're planning it this year, bringing it back and some fun and excitement. And of course, homecoming, which has been mentioned this weekend. The students and the staff are fully in spirit. Overall, it's been a fantastic start to the year. Our students are adjusting well, they're engaged, and most importantly, they're happy. And that's always my ultimate goal. So thank you all again for your ongoing support of Hauppauge High School. It truly makes a difference in everything we do. Thank you.
Joe, thank you. Any questions for Mr. Whitehorse? Joe, as always, excellent job, even when you're second fiddle.
Thank you guys for your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
5C on the agenda, adoption of minutes from the Board of Education meeting of September 16, 2025. Do I have a motion? Thank you, Mr. Scarito. Dr. Kraft with the second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, 6-0. Questions, comments from the community concerning anything related to the district whatsoever? Are there any items that members would like to have removed from the consent agenda? With that, I'll take a motion to approve the consent agenda. I'll make the motion. Mr. Scarito seconds. Any discussion? All those in favor? 6-0. Number 8, policies. There are none today. Number 9, committee reports. There are none today. Discussion matters. Number 10, there are none today. New business. Do any board members have new business? Anyone? Mr. Scarito?
Thank you, Mr. Barchet.
You're welcome.
I just want to thank Mr. Shahidian, I hope I'm saying that correctly.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
And Mrs. Farrar. We had a charity car show to help kids with a lot of medical needs, and they stepped up, as well as these students. I want to thank them again. I hope I don't kill their names. Abigail DeSantis, Jenna Lipsky, Ariana Ress, Samantha Douglas, and Aisha Mundra, Kyla Kunkel, and Joel Matthew, as well as the Jake Rocco. And like I said, we raised just shy of $2,000 in less than 3 hours.
Awesome,
So, thank you.
awesome. Good job.
Yep. Any other new business from any board members? Does the administration have any new business?
We do not.
Questions or comments from the community concerning anything related to the district whatsoever? With that, I'll take a motion for an adjournment. Our next meeting is Tuesday, November 18th, 2025. There'll be no executive session tonight as we concluded our business earlier this evening. I'll make the motion for the adjournment. Mr. Scrito seconds. Any discussion? All those in favor? 6-0. We are adjourned. God bless Hauppauge and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Too late.